Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises to the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rachahakwadash. Double honors to the apostles, the elders at Great Millstone who rule well. And as always, we give peace and salutations unto the elect. And I was just checking out this brother's video. The title is These Next Major Events Just Might Be It. All right. And it's off the brother, all right, Bakwar Amath. All right. That's his YouTube page. Make sure you subscribe so that you can constantly be edified. Okay. And as I said, the title is These Next Major Events Just Might Be It. All right. And what is the it? Okay. Basically, a reason for this devil to bring full-blown martial law upon the citizens of Babylon the Great, because that's the code name for America in the Holy Scriptures, okay? And we know that the Lord has saved the best for last. As you look around the earth, all right, Australia is one place that sticks out, okay? Which it's easier to control the people. You know, the majority of the population is, of course, Esau, Moab, Elam, a few Jakes. But it's a little easier there to control the people and bring forth these measures. All right. But all they need is another false flag here in Babylon the Great. All right. And ultimately, they'll be justified in bringing forth those unrighteous decrees, because as the scriptures say, woe to him that decree unrighteous decrees. Okay. And that does grievous which he has prescribed. He's already wrote particular laws out. All he needs is justification for bringing forth those measures. All right. And when we go into Revelation, the 13th chapter, we know it talks about how he would come as a lamb. All right. With two horns. All right. Meaning he would come meek and humble. Just as Antiochus, he came with peaceable words. Just as Biden, they came with peaceable words, which Biden is a mocking to you Americans, man. Okay, but what followed Antiochus, man? All right, draconian measures. Okay, he forced Hellenization upon all of the heathen and the Israelites. Okay, and that's ultimately what's taking place in these times, as there's a particular system that you're going to have to go through in order to live on what they call their earth. All right, but they're just about finished. Okay, the scriptures say that the Lord have appointed bounds that they cannot pass. Okay, and the Lord ain't going to let them go any further than he has set them to go. And they have plans to go further, but they know that their time is short. Now, in this video, this brother brought up an article that I just happened to look up, and I found one different page, but it's the same article. And what he was saying made a lot of sense. So I just wanted to do a video on it as well, because if you're not careful, this devil will have your mind all over the place. Right now, he has everyone separated, divided. You know, no one knows what to believe. Everybody's basically in a docile, dumbed down, stupefied state, especially our people, okay? As they cried for this Biden administration to get in office, they had no idea why they cried for him. They were just following the propaganda on the news, okay? We got to get Trump out of there. We got to get Trump out of there. You ask them any of the policies that this guy has come with and why they're, crying for him, they wouldn't know. Well, now you've cried for this guy to get in office, and look at what he's doing to America. All right. I mean, right now he's among the top 3 worst presidents that America has ever seen. All right. And he is terrible, but it's needed. Okay. For prophecy's sake. Okay. And the people who were crying for him and screaming and, and it was our people as well. All right. Now they're silent. All right. Now they're silent. Okay. Now they acting like they wasn't screaming Biden, Biden this, Biden, Biden that. Now, really, the sentiment is that a lot of them want Trump back in there. All right? Which the Democrats have a very, very crazy history when it comes to you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, man. Okay? And they've always used you as pawns, and they're getting ready to set you up here in these latter days. Okay? Especially you women, you think this devil is going to somehow come to your rescue when shit hit the fans. No. This devil was only looking out for himself. He don't even give a damn about his own people. War is constantly in his heart. Now, if you're not careful, this devil will have your mind all over the place, and you can't really, get a true understanding of what's what. Okay, that's what the news is intended to do: invoke fear, confusion. All right, but when you look at what this devil is doing, it's clear as day. Okay, because remember, we're the children of the day. Okay, and the light is here. Okay, this man's left hook is being telegraphed. Okay, we can clearly see, and we're not ignorant of Satan's devices. All right, now in a very, very what a lot of people are calling stupid, a lot of the Americans who actually know what's going on. Biden's decision to pull the troops, all right, from Afghan, okay, sparked a lot of controversy. And what happened to the women over there? He gave them that liberation for 20 years and pushed all that madness, and he left their asses out to dry. He's going to do it even worse here, all right, as these draconian measures come down. But they're accepting all of these refugees, right? See, if any of you had sense, which we know all of it is a ploy, you be if you were a real true American and you love this place, you be what Trump was saying. But because of the propaganda, you all fell for and cried for this guy Biden. Now look at you. And we ain't for any of them. All right? But we're not ignorant of Satan's devices. Now, you read this article that the brother was talking about. Experts warn, and they always do this. All right, they always start to put these articles out where experts say this, experts say that. Now, we know we're coming up on the 20th anniversary of, all right, the falling of the towers, which there's a lot of speculation with that. I'm not going to talk too much about that. All right, but who's to say on or around that time something else won't be sparked? All right, because what did they use that whole situation on in September of back then? You know what I'm talking about, because that's they'll strike a video for that too. You're talking about that. But what came from that was draconian measures. Okay, I forget the name of the act, the Patriot Act, which pretty much was supposed to be disbanded, but it was reintroduced under a whole nother name. Okay, the NDAA, the National Defense. And what did your boy Obama say? in the event of an emergency, these particular troops from these other countries can come over here. Okay, and what do you think those troops are going to do? They're called peacekeepers. Well, no, those troops are going to come over here like madmen, sparing none. All right, taking women. That's what they do. All right, these are the times that are coming to Babylon the Great. Okay, as a matter of fact, real quick before we get into this article, let's get Isaiah the 13th chapter. All right, now let's get this in Psalms. Let's see here. Psalms 10 and 7. His mouth is full of cursing and deceit and fraud. Under his tongue is mischief and vanity. Okay, so they already have planned out what they're going to do. All right, and we're watching them and telling them what they're going to do, and they're going right along with prophecy. Okay, this is the left hand. All right, in play. Psalms 144 real quick. Psalms 144. And 11, rid me and deliver me from the hand of strange children, whose mouth speaketh vanity, and their right hand is the right hand of falsehood. All right, your right hand represents your righteousness. Okay, their righteousness is the right hand of falsehood. Okay, and they're always looking for a way to ensnare the people. And when you go to Isaiah the 13th chapter, which is dealing with the fall of Babylon, the judgment on the day of the Lord, man. Now, let's just go to the point. Isaiah 13 and 15, everyone that is found shall be thrust through, because these troops are going to be losing their damn minds. They're going to get the go ahead from the elite, all right, to waste and destroy. All right, but they just need a particular false flag or whatever to justify it. All right, remember, this man through craft causes his through deceit causes his craft to prosper. Okay, the same spirit of the Greeks, Antiochus. Okay, everyone that is found shall be thrust through, and everyone that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword. So you people who thought that, this American dream and following after these people and what they're saying and doing what you're going to be found in derision. Okay. Their children also shall be dashed to pieces before their eyes, and their houses shall be spoiled and their wives ravished. This is what's coming once those peacekeepers, all right, get the go ahead to come over here, which a lot of them are already over here. All right. So experts warn ISIS-K, which I just did a lesson. All right. When you look at how they got it worded, it can definitely be linked to a particular Israelite camp. All right. But it says they're planning to exploit. Okay. Experts warn ISIS-K, which ISIS just popped up out of nowhere again. Right. Planning to exploit refugee wave to send terrorists to the West. All right. So here it is. They're allowing all of these people over here. Now we're in the middle of a demic. We're in the middle of all of this. All right. Over there, those people weren't, all right, pushing those jabs and all of the stuff Esau's pushing. All right. The Crown Royale wasn't a big thing over there. All right. But you're allowing them to come over here as some form of rescue from, the oppression or whatever that was going on over there. But now you just throw this in the mix. Okay. Does that make any sense? All right. Does that make any sense? Experts warn ISIS-K planning to exploit refugee wave to send terrorists to the West. So they're going to pose as if they're refugees to come over here for aid or whatever. And then they're going to become what? Domestic terrorists. All right. And Esau is going to throw that in the news. So look out for this narrative within what this man is doing, because we know all he needs is one so-called false flag or whatever the hell he's going to do. And he can use that as a means to shut everything down, along with the already, all right, pandemic. Okay. Experts warn that ISIS-K is preparing to exploit the refugee wave created by the Taliban. All right. Now, the Taliban, when you look at some of their ideologies, all right, it can easily, we can clearly see how he can link it, all right, to what we teach as well. All right. But the beauty about us is that our testimony covers us. We've openly said what we're about. We've openly said what we're not about. So whatever they try to link to us, which they will, because, at some point, because what does the scripture say? They shoot in secret at the perfect. Right. So they have they can kill a lot of birds with one stone, save a particular attack comes. All right. Because what is the Taliban all about? Women being in order. Okay. They're against the alphabet behavior. All right. And we know who ultimately trained ISIS. All right. We know who's behind all of this. It says to exploit the refugee wave created by the Taliban takeover of Afghanistan to infiltrate terrorists into the West, in a repeat of what happened following the previous migrant surge in 2015. Okay, you remember that. It says, while authorities attempting to vet thousands of Afghans entering Western countries by holding them in interim countries like UAE while checks are performed, many don't have identity papers or have faked them. All right. Now, if you're dealing with, people with sense, you would know this is complete bullshit. Here it is. You're in the middle of a pandemic. Shit is all in disarray. You ain't got things in order over here where you are. Yet you're gonna bring these refugees over here after you leave. All right, Afghan. You withdraw your troops from there. Right. So none of it's adding up. If you can already, I mean, like we say, the left hand is being telegraphed. And what I mean by that, if you don't know, in a fight, if someone telegraphs their punches, you have time to pretty much get out of the way or put yourself in position to not get hit with it. That's why the scriptures say the prudent foresee evil and hideth himself. All right? Let's get that real quick. So we can see with this man, and knowing him and his history, eventually something's going to come. Now, I'm not saying it's going to be exactly on the 11th, all right, but something's coming. Let's see here. Yep. Proverbs 27:12. A prudent man foreseeth the evil, all right, and we've been telling you every step of the way not to trust this man and what he's going to do, and he's done it. It's all happening according to prophecy, because the prophets are here to speak the end into existence. Everyone's walking to the tune of the prophets, including scoffers, false prophets, Esau. All right. But the man that foreseeth the evil and hideth himself, okay, because if you don't foresee the evil, you don't think nothing's coming. You're following after these people. You're listening to what they say. All right, you're not really vetting the news. You're not really checking this man out. You're not thinking about his track record of lies, deceit, evil. You just think everything's all right. And after, everybody jabs and boosts, we're going to go back to normal. No, it ain't no back to normal. They got a whole new lifestyle plan for you people, man. So a prudent man foreseeth evil and hideth himself, but the simple pass on and are punished. And that's what we're getting ready to see. Those who believe that lie and followed after all of this pseudoscience and all of this mess, they're going to be had in derision. They're going to be through. Okay? Because you didn't want to listen to the prophets. I tell you who does know what's going on, who is calling a lot of this stuff out. All right? Other Edomites. And that's a part of prophecy. Their own tongues falling upon themselves, man. Now, some of them could be Jake, but you go to these different channels, man. These Edomites are calling out stuff and complaining, Jake, gossiping. This dude had AIDS. This dude had this dude, his wife a hoe. He grew up, he beat his wife. Egypt is the way. Ooh, look at polite. Ooh, this, ooh, that. Exposing such and such. I mean, it's sickening. Showing off the cars and like, who gives a damn about all of that? We're in the time where the Lord is getting ready to take this man down. Bringing up weirdo doctrines. Here it is. We're the children of the light. We have the scriptures. We understand. We're supposed to have the prophecies. And niggas are doing everything in their power to cause division and in the understanding of the Bible, opposition, just coming with weirdo doctrines. Every week. But then you check out Esau, he's blowing a horn. He's blowing a trumpet. Because they see that their precious America is being destroyed. Systematically. So to hell with a nigga, man. To hell with niggas, man. Niggas are the worst thing going, man. Esau too, but all of y'all niggas in the same bunch. But one thing I will say is Esau's checking things out. You go to BitChute and these different sites. Who's blowing the trumpet? Although it's prophecy, you Israelites should be ashamed of yourselves, man. We're in the middle of war and a nigga pops out of nowhere saying Herod was an Israelite. Like what's next? That's why the scriptures say, look, you all thought it pleasure to riot in the daytime. Right. 2 Peter 2:13, and shall receive the reward of unrighteousness as they count it pleasure to riot in the daytime. Let's look up this word riot. I mean, every week you got some weirdo activity going on. And then you look to the comment board and Israelites are like, yeah. What? True faith, stoneness, effeminate, luxurious living. So this is what a lot of you Israelites have done with your grace period. You push weak, soft behavior. Okay, worrying about how you look, trying to look cute. What did Bishop Jephthah say? They need to get lineups and put on the same color garment. What is that? Hey, the scriptures say, what do Yahweh say? Those with soft raiment belong in the king's houses, man. We're prophets. Scriptures say we would put on sackcloth, man. Luxurious living. You got Israelites promoting luxurious living. And we don't give a damn about your car or whatever you have. You can have whatever the hell you want to have. All right? The fact you going off in the doctrine is what matters. Okay? But you promoting these things into Israel, so you counted it pleasure to riot in the daytime. Spots and blemishes are they, sporting themselves with their own deceivings while they feast with you. Let's look up the word sporting. Sporting themselves. In trufa. To live luxury, to live delicately, to live luxurious, or to revel. All right, to take delight in. You look at these other Israelites, you wouldn't think the enemy was coming. They're not in the house of mourning. They're in the house of feasting. Okay? Very rarely do they go into prophecy. But anyway, the enemy is coming, man. So the prophet is supposed to what? Blow the horn. Sound the alarm. Watch out. This nigga is getting ready to do some wickedness, man. It's the only thing he got left. Look at his playbook over the last year and a half. Absolutely horrible, man. So you think it's going to get better? No. Going back to the article, it is to be expected Al-Qaeda or a Daesh-based Afghanistan would have tried and have some of their members obtain access into the flights leaving Afghanistan to Europe, and the Counterterrorism Authority will be aware of this. You see that? So now you're going to start seeing more domestic terror talk on top of the juice, on top of all of the other stuff, you know. But how many times are you going to the news and they're talking about, all right, this new currency that's getting ready to be issued, the state of the dollar. They're talking about a whole bunch of madness. Meanwhile, behind closed doors, if you're not watching, they're transitioning into a new system. But how are they going to get the people all the way there? You got the Crown Royale, which that's playing out. Everybody's waking up to that. So now, even the people who are juiced, they're like, damn. So I gotta, you said it would be 1 or 2. Now he's saying no. You gotta eventually. You're gonna have to get one every other day. Could you imagine following the devil in 2021? Goodness gracious, man. This man is the absolute devil, man. War is in his heart. Psalms 55:21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet they were drawn swords, man. And that's what's coming. Okay, they're constantly set for war. They have not stopped war. War has been in the earth, as the scriptures say in Revelation the 6th chapter. He took peace from the earth. That's all. I mean, at what point will it stop? He ain't gonna stop. It says, however, according to counterterrorism expert David Odo, determined jihadists could still slip through the net. See that? And there is little that is being done to protect Europe from ISIS-K sleeper cells. Okay? And that's going to go over to the West. It says Europe and the West are at high risk of terrorist attack from individuals who have sneaked themselves into the county posing as affiliate to the U.S. And they can never find, they can find every goddamn body. If I went and hid in Panama somewhere, the student loan company would find my ass, but they can never find out where these terrorists are. Okay, and then it'll be an attack, and ISIS will always, well, we did it. So people are going to fall for this. That's going to be the next. You don't know where one of them at. You're going to be at work. You know, something's going to happen. Now, I'm not going to say when or if it's going to be on the exact 11th, but look out for something to come. So they're allowing all of these refugees into these EU countries and Babylon. Okay? And if you notice, that's where most of the propaganda is pushed from, those EU countries, which when you look at that territory, it's the same territory pretty much as the ancient Roman Empire, showing you that the beast is literally, the image is being is living, man. It says, this guy pointed out also that even if an individual is determined to be a threat, countries such as Germany are forbidden by law from sending them back to Afghanistan. You see that shit? And boy, oh boy, they may not exactly link, you know, if something happened, they're not going to probably link it directly to the Israelites, but BLM. It's another thing that's in their back pocket. You see, they kind of went silent. Things got found out, you know, about that, you know, but they will, you know, all of these things are in this devil's back pocket. The new Black Panther movement. All right. The NFAC, all of these groups. Okay. What's another one? ISUPK, IUIC. Okay. Of late, seems like the Sakari, they're all in the elite have these people in their back pocket, and they're going to use them to do particular things in these latter days, man, so that they can make their move. And you have sellout leaders. Don't think that people ain't sellouts. And yeah, we could have agents amongst us in Great Millstone as well. All right. There's particular all of the camps probably been infiltrated. But at the forefront of a lot of these camps, the leadership have openly taken deals, man. Okay? But whoever's an agent, all right, the Lord is going to separate your intent from the true intent of the elect. So all of this terrorist talk, he will eventually link it to the Israelites somehow, some way. And we're in those times. But this is just a lesson to watch out for this. Okay, it says dangerous persons may be subjected to supervision. God, get the F out of here. But none of them will be imprisoned. And residency status may obtain temporary or unlimited. Get out of here, man. One can rely on documents and previous records, said Otto. With the collapse of the Afghanistan government, there has been concerns of people faking documents to make it through. Okay, fake documents. That's also another narrative. Fake juice passes. This is one of the reasons the U.S. has taken a step to process individuals from third-party countries to control the risk Okay, and these people are getting the red carpet rolled out for them. These foreigners. Okay, they're able to come over here. Particular things that are closed are opened up for them. They're getting money. Okay, so what is the devil doing? Okay, it says despite these measures, groups like ISIS-K and Al Qaeda will encourage its sympathizers to beat the system. There you go. You see that? Beat the system. All right. And of course, we already know that the devil can use these mindsets to link to the truth. All right. You can read the rest of the, the article as well. Let's see here. Over 1,000 boat migrants arrived in England yesterday alone. All right. Nobody knows. Now, these countries are all supposed to be hardcore where the Crown Royale is bad. You're just going to add a group of, refugees. Just, yeah, y'all can come on over. Nobody knows who they are. Most of them don't have papers. They're just allowed into the country and put up at taxpayer expense in 4-star hotels. Here it is. You have trillionaires, gazillionaires, people who you can't even put a letter behind the wealth they have. Yet the poor have to pay for the hotels of these people, man. So this is what's going to lead a lot of these lower level Edomites to snap. They're pissed the hell off, man. And this happened in ancient Rome. Okay? The arrival of different nations into their system, man. And there you have it. So keep an eye out on this devil, okay? Because he's definitely up to something. Okay? Remember what the scripture said, all right? Draconian measures would follow, and we're seeing them around the world. How are they going to fully bring it here to Babylon the Great, though? It's going to have to be through propaganda, okay? The threat of terror, the threat of, cyber terror, the threat of domestic terror, the threat of Crown Royale terror. All of these things are getting ready to be pushed and amplified because the man of sin, all right, is in rulership. Now we'll just read a few titles of a few other, articles I had pulled up. Afghanistan, what's the cost of 20 years of war? All right, Rutgers bar. Rutgers bars unjuiced student from attending virtual classes. So this is the thing. A lot of people think, well, I work from home. My classes are online. So I know they still want you juiced up. 70% of unjuiced Americans would quit their job if the juice was mandated. See that? And then here it is. You have a lot of Israelites considering the juice. All right, but people who don't even have the faith are like, hell no. And this is why all we have to do is sit back and allow the shit show to take place. Because the Egyptian is going to be set against the Egyptian. This ain't your fight. This system was never your fight. What in the hell is wrong with you Israelites? Let it burn. Let it fall. Let it collapse. Because if all of these workers don't go to work, what's going to happen to these businesses? You think they're going to be able to train people up for these positions in 1 week? No. Shit is going to collapse and crumble, man. So they're doing themselves a disservice. Okay? And these people are going to be a shield for the elect. Because they don't have the faith, but these people will go stand up and fight. Okay? And the government is going to say, well, it's the businesses. All right? And who controls the corporations and businesses? So you devils are through, man. Oh, this is a good one too. How the U.S. train. All right, you can look this video up. I just put it up, but you can see the title. All right, this is a good one to check out. Let's see here. This is also a good one for people who into that. So, let's see here. See what the natural news headlines is talking about. Water purifier, yada, yada, yada. If you know you cannot be forced. Okay. After calling juice passes a sea theory, UK government now says everyone will need to show proof to live. And that's the thing. They're going to eventually say there's too many fake proofs. So we need another solution. See that? Read the title and go to the website and check these articles out if you would like to. All right, but we're just checking out the headlines. Okay. Professor says Edomites should commit suicide as an ethical act. And you notice there's a big target on y'all's back too. That's another thing that's happening. And you should feel guilty. All right, and those of you who may look like the other nations, the Lord got you, man. You'll be all right. Don't worry. Okay, he's watching your spirit, Australia blows past lockdown and threatens to lock out the unjuiced from society. And that's what John the Revelator saw. Revelation 13, that word killed also means to separate it if you don't bow to the image. It's about compliance, not science. At Rutgers, students now have to be fully juiced to take remote learning classes. Yeah. And it's the system around the juice. All right, that's more important. But we believe the juice, too, got something going on that could be linked, all right, to what they're going to try to do. Oregon firefighters, police officers sue Governor Brown over mandates. Now, what did we tell you? The Egyptian going to be fighting against Egyptian, man. Okay? These people are divided. Let them have it. All right? Try to do what you can. You exercise the little rights you still have, but eventually we ain't going to have any rights. Okay? Isaiah 19:2, and I will set the Egyptian against the Egyptians, and they shall fight every one against his brother, and every one against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. All right? And eventually we know what the prophecy says in okay, they're not going to regard their princes, their rulers. Hold up. It's a dope one. But where is that at? Second Esdras, the 15th chapter. Yep. Second Esdras 15 and 16, for there shall be sedition among men and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power, man. Okay? A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able, for because of their pride, the city shall be inhabited. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, and their houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. This is what's coming. And man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, which they're allowing people to just walk around with swords here in Texas now, whether they're registered or not, and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. And when these truckers really go on strike, Because we've seen a few little shortages here and there, but we ain't seen nothing yet. Because the way the elite want it, you're going to have to come to them for your food. You're not going to be able to freely go to this store, this market, that market. No. They're hoarding everything to themselves, and they're setting up a system to where you're going to have to go through them to get these things. So what is that going to lead people to do? Because people are saying hell no to the juice, and people are going to say hell no to the mark. Right? So people are going to rebel, man. Like, got a big task ahead of him, okay, in establishing this NWO. All right, but the prophecy is that he has to try it, okay, calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor. So, see here. Israel's czar tells citizens to prepare for fourth boost mobile. Goodness gracious. The chosen people, right? Yeah, and they're coming after the children, you know? Okay. Intelligence report highlights possible threats from UFOs. Oh, that's going to be coming out too. Requires agency to provide UFO related data. So, it's a lot of shit here, boy. Goodness gracious. But yeah, this website is always packed with information. But that's it, man. I just wanted to go through that. Ultimately, just to do a quick little response. But you know how it goes down. Hopefully, I'll edify on to the next. Shalom.